Welcome back to Stocklabs for another weekly market recap. This is for the week ended October 29th, which was also the last trading day of the month of October. And yeah, turned out to be a pretty good week and month. So recap over. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so let's get into what we sort of saw for the week. Date. All right, so tech led, Q's up over 3%. And what else do we have? S&P was up 1.3%, not bad. And the Dow and Russell were not even up 0.5%. So you can see sort of the cap weighted, QQQ and SPY are cap weighted indices. So the cap weighted indices really did, all the work this week. A lot of the stuff under the surface, QQQ base, or I mean, IWM being basically flat, smaller cap stuff sort of just wishy washed around. It was finally a good week for TLT bonds. That probably had to do with the, sort of extreme QQQ outperformance. Tech really shines when the bond market is, either moving up or stable. When you get rates moving higher, so TLT moving down, it's hard for the tech stocks to really um, get a good foothold into moving higher. Anything else of importance here? Gold down 1%, nothing crazy. Yeah, we'll check the uh, very large cap, the largest cap sort of leadership. And I think everyone probably saw this, but Tesla up huge week. This I don't know if this is Tesla's biggest week ever, but um, it's certainly the biggest in a while. Um, Up 23, almost 23%, 22.5% for the week. You know, and it wasn't just them. Google up 7%, Microsoft up 7%. And these are the you know, very biggest stocks in the market. So, you're not going to see the indices drop when you get this kind of performance from these mega terra cap, tech companies. It's just not something that's possible the way the indices are constructed. Um, the rest kind of whatever. Facebook flat after kind of getting beat up the last few weeks. Apple slightly up. I think it got whacked on, or not whacked, but it was down after earnings. Same with Amazon, but they still finished the week up. And then Netflix, had been pretty steady performer, around $700. Uh, up almost 4% for the week. Yeah, I mean, there's no issues with these mega cap ones. I mean, this is massive, 6%. So if all you did was own these, you made 6% on the week, and you didn't have to find any weird stocks in the dirt. Trying to find some outperformance. It's like this is it. This was the show this week. Um, so let's jump into Screener and just see how it all broke down. So 1 to 5 billion, yeah, flat. So up 5 basis points. It's nothing. 5 to 10 billion, down 35 bips. So this is sort of confirming. Down 55 bips for large caps even. And mega caps, okay, up 0.25%. And terra caps up 62 basis points. So yeah, there's your outperformance. And then this is even more narrow. Like we showed, like I had on that other watch list. The very largest ones were the ones pulling all the pulling all the weight. So overall, the market kind of flat-ish to finish out the month, and really the only reason you saw the indices move higher was from that real small handful of stocks. So it's about as thin of a rally as you can get, um, you know, performance wise. Looking at the internals and stuff. Um, so industries week to date, yeah, and this sort of confirms it. It was across industries too. Actually, basic materials dropped. Um, they took a rest. They've been getting a little more back and forth action as opposed to only moving up. Utilities down. I don't know about what this is. Could just be that it wasn't particularly risk on overall, but usually you'd see utilities move up move up some with bonds too. Um, Services down, technology flat, industrials flat. All this stuff is flat. So nothing really to go on there. And as far as subsectors, solar had a um, big week. EVs big week. Obviously, we talked about Tesla on the other watch list, and then nothing else over 5%. So there's two subsectors over 5%. The rest, all under 4%. And yeah, they get flat pretty quick. And as for downside, um, nuclear's had a big run, so it's given some of that back, which is not that surprising. And then you see a lot of the oil and gas things popping up in here. Gold, all the miners and stuff backed off with gold down almost 1%. But yeah, you can see like there's nothing crazy in here. So we didn't have, we had very little upside breadth, but also the stuff that was down was not down that much. So, like I said, a flattish week. And yeah, so not much to talk about there. We'll go to the intelligence and see what we're looking at for the start of November. So first week of November trading. And okay, so intelligence likes retail, likes oil for a bounce. I don't know what this RCG is. Okay, real estate. This I think is sort of like an ESG type ETF, and Brazil, which I think Brazil's been getting whacked. I'm not really following it that much, but I think Brazil's getting whacked because they're having some sort of. I think it's mostly due to their currency, but don't quote me on that. And let me just reverse this. Let's see. So did I do something wrong? Oh no, there it is. Okay, so mid caps. Yeah, so these are bear ETFs. Bear mid caps, bear real estate are rated as bear, so it's bullish those sectors. And then VIX is rated as bearish. So you're looking at an extension of the rally. If the VIX is going to keep dropping, it's going to be, that's sort of all you need to know. It's just the flow of money is going to go, it's going to continue into stocks, the lower the VIX goes. Okay, so nothing alarming with that. On our market overview page, Yeah, oscillator's kind of just been sort of in here. There's um, nothing to read into for that. Can look at intelligence on the overall market is, you know, fairly bullish for the coming week. So we'll look at 5 days. Up percent, 75% chance, or it's been up 75% of the time with this reading. An average return is almost 1% for the week or for the coming 5 days. And it's sort of confirmed with, tech and hybrid are pretty lined up here. So that's that. Yeah, pretty good week for the indices. Just getting dragged higher by the Terra Cap tech stuff. Rest of the market wishy washy. But if you get a little bit of an uptick in the stuff under the surface, then the indices are gonna move higher to start November. So I wouldn't be looking for any sort of crazy pullback. Of course, that could always happen. People just come in on Monday, they decide, okay, we're going to be in sell mode, and they just start cutting exposure. But I don't know, what would cause something like that. So yeah, good week, good month. October was really strong overall, and we had been pointing out the October seasonality was generally strong. I mean, if October was strong, November is even better. So you might get one sort of some sort of pullback in November, but then I think you'd really have to you know you'd really just have to get in on that, and that might be your last chance before the end of the year. Until maybe most of the way through December, because you're probably going to get locked out of the remaining rally if you miss that. But as far as the start of November, it looks bullish. Looks like everything is set up to continue the way it has been for the last several weeks. All right, so good luck, everyone, and we'll catch you next week and see how we all did.